What's up, guys? These are going to be my quick picks predictions for the main card of Piotr Yan versus Figueiredo because there's some fights on the card for tournament finals for Road to the UFC that I'm not too familiar on, but so I decided to just go over the main card and unfortunately, bro, I'm gonna have to get up at fucking 3 a.m. to watch these fights, but I'm so dedicated to watch every single UFC card that I'm gonna do it. And also, I know there's a ton of guys in Europe that watch UFC. They have to watch it late as fuck. So I'm not gonna bitch and moan about it. And this should be a fucking really fucking good card. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just gonna get my double espresso to get me through this and yeah, set the alarm for 3 a.m. for the early prelims and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, for the early quick picks of the main event for UFC Fight Night, Yan versus Figueiredo, it's starting off. The main card is going to be Volkan Oezdemir versus Carlos Ulberg. I was a little bit surprised by the age. Ulberg is 34 and Oezdemir is 35. I thought Ulberg was much younger, but he's younger in fight years, that's for sure. Good 10-1 to Volkan Ozmir's 20-7. Volkan is coming off a win over Johnny Walker. He knocked Johnny Walker out in ridiculous fashion again. Good hands. And also Bogdan Guskov beating him in his debut. Guskov has looked pretty good since. Ulberg is on quite a tear. 6-fight win streak. Just knocked out Alonzo Menefield in 12 seconds. But I don't know what Menefield's game plan in that fight was. And Dawoon Jung, he submitted him in the third round. But if you watch that fight, that fight went the distance, but they had to review the tape to see that Dawoon Jung actually tapped, knocked out Ihor Poteria. Anyway, these don't compare to the wins that Volkan has had, beating Johnny Walker, Paul Craig, Alexander Rakic, Owen St. Preux back in the day. He's got the good wins. And now Ulberg, I think, is going to get his own over a good vet. He's going to win by knockout in this fight, is my early thoughts. But yeah, Volkan does possess the power to fraud check him. I think this overall skill set is on Volkan's side, well-rounded. Ulberg is the better striker, and I do believe has more power, and Volkan's chin is probably not as good. Now, Kong Wang versus Gabriel Fernandez. I didn't like how Fernandez looked in her last fight against Carly Judas. Carly Judas was a lot of fun, but yeah, Gabriel Fernandez looked like she wasn't trying to fight. She was just trying to get control and win by points, where Carly Judas was trying to end her, you know. And so now Gabriel Fernandez is 1-2 in the UFC. Got beaten pretty bad by Teresa Bleda and held down a lot by Jasmine Jasdavicius and lost pretty convincingly. Taking on Kong Wang, who UFC debut knocked out Victoria Leonardo. So this fight is kind of a bit hard to tell what's going to happen because Victoria Leonardo has showed she's not very durable. She did just win a fight on the regionals. But yes, I think Gabriel Fernandez is overall probably a better grappler than Kong Wang. Kong Wang does have some submission ability. She's won 2 fights by submission, 2 fights by knockout, and 2 fights by decision. So where do you go in this fight? I think still the power is very good, but I'm going to be going by decision in this fight with some moments on the feet. Maybe drops Fernandez, whatnot. But yeah, I don't think Fernandez is that good, and I'm not sure about Kong Wang yet. I don't really know yet. We'll see after this fight when I can be more confident in picks on her. Yao Kenin Song versus Muslim Salikov. Muslim Salikov is super old in fight years, and Kenin Song, I can't believe he didn't finish Ricky Glenn. It was very surprising, especially with what I'm about to say. Kenin Song does possess power, but couldn't knock out Ricky Glenn, which is pretty crazy. Muslims, because If he knocked out Ricky Glenn, I'd be pretty sure he'd knock out Muslim Salikov because Muslim Salikov is getting chinned now. Um, I think I'm gonna do the slight lean on Salikov, but I'm gonna have to go over the tape steady again. He was a gamer in the fight against Santiago Ponzinibbio. Was very fucking close. Got knocked out by Randy Brown prior. Nicholas Dalby beat him and knocked out Andre Fiallo, and that guy, baby chin. Kenan Song, I remember the fight he did hurt Ian Machado Gary, which was very surprising. I was actually there live, and the whole arena was shocked when he got dropped. Ian Gary, and yeah, slight lean on Muslim Salikov, probably by decision. Yeah. Ozzy Diaz versus Ming Yang Zhang. So I had to watch a little bit about this Ozzy Diaz guy, and apparently he has a couple fights in Bellator, LFA, and yeah. I noticed he does have pretty good striking. He's won most of his fights by knockout, and he's quite fast. But I do see openings for Ming Yang Zhang to come in. I don't think Ming Yang Zhang is that good, but he's fucking powerful as shit. I'm going to be going with him to win by knockout Ming Yang Zhang. But again, you beat Brenson Ribeiro. I don't think he's that good either. Xiaonan Yan versus Tabitha Ricci. Oh boy, is Xiaonan Yan gonna win this fight by decision, but they're gonna give it to Tabitha Ricci? Fuck, who knows? Because it's really weird the decisions. I find I do think she beat Angela Hill, but barely. But Tisha Pennington, I was pretty sure Tisha won that fight, but yeah. Prior to that, lost to Lupita Godinez, which Lupita Godinez is very 50-50 on her fights coming in. It's very difficult to pick her in fights. Beat Jillian Robertson. That is pretty impressive, honestly, because we see Jillian can win by decision now, too. Not just submission or bust. When she was standing with Jillian Robertson, it looked pretty good, but Jillian Robertson is not the best striker, but beat Jillian Robertson pretty convincingly, which is a good fucking win if you ask me. And then we go to Shannon Yan, who lost to Weili Zhang, but it was competitive a couple rounds. I think she might have one round on her. So yeah, and knocked out Jessica Andrade before that, and beat Mackenzie Dern. Got pieced up in that 5th round, though, I remember. But it was too little too late for Mackenzie Dern, and yeah, she lost. I'm going to be going with Xiaonan Yan by decision in this fight. Yeah. Now, Piotr Yan versus Deiveson Figueiredo. Davidson's 36 now. Wow. Does have a lot of power. I heard there was something about Piotr Yan where he doesn't watch tape on his fighters before going in. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But sometimes it kind of looks like it when he's fighting, and I'm wondering, why aren't you putting your foot on the gas a little bit more? That's why he has a lot of decisions, because he does have power as well, but stand there and takedown defense is not so good, but he can get up pretty well. His striking is masterclass. Super good striking on Piotr Yan and also Deiveson Figueiredo. Deiveson Figueiredo is a good move to go up to bantamweight, but I think the train stops here. I'm Piotr Yan fan as well, but yeah, I'm going to go with Piotr Yan to get this one done by decision. I could even see a knockout, but yeah, I'm going to go by decision. A little bit sweaty about it because of how Deiveson's looked lately, but yeah, Piotr Yan by decision.